Hey everyone, we're moving out of our rental in Brisbane in a couple of days, so I thought I would take everyone with me through my process of how I prepare to move out of one space and go on to the next one. We're actually going to be moving internationally. We're really just doing a vacation in Tokyo for 10 days and then we're heading back to Canada. It's Monday morning right now. Tomorrow we need to be out of the house all day because they need to do a bug spray. The joys of living in the tropics. Wednesday, we have the whole day, and then we're leaving very early on Thursday morning. So Wednesday is gonna be like the big pack everything, clean everything. So to keep that as unchaotic as possible, I try to do as much prep as I can ahead of time. And today is gonna be one of those days where I do quite a few prep items so that, you know, my final day isn't stressed and anxious and chaotic. So one thing that you'll probably need to do a couple of weeks in advance, it depends on the contracts that you've signed, is to cancel any memberships or subscriptions that you set up while you were in this space. We were only in Brisbane for a month, so I joined a local pole dancing studio. Pole dancing is by far my favorite way to exercise, and Matt joined a gym. So those both had 2-week cancellation policies, so those have already been canceled. Just make sure that you know ahead of time when you, like how much notice you need to give them so that, you know, you don't end up accidentally paying for time you can't use, because that's sad. And if you have any subscriptions like food delivery or groceries, you know, maybe you've been getting something like HelloFresh while you were there, just make sure you cancel those with enough notice too, because especially something like that, you don't want them to deliver a package and then it's sitting outside and no one's picking it up and the food's going bad. That's very wasteful, and we don't want to do that. Generally, streaming services can still be used wherever you go. Sometimes some content is region blocked, but usually you don't have to totally cancel your subscription. But it depends, and make sure you look into that before you go. I did run into that with HBO Max. It's not available in Australia, so if we were here, we'd get region blocked if we tried to log it. So one of the main things I want to accomplish today is to go through what food items we have left and figure out what we can use before we go. I generally don't have a lot of excess food on hand at any given time because I always try to live places that are really walkable, that have a really convenient grocery store that I can easily walk to. Maybe it's on my way to and from our co-working space, maybe it's just around the corner from the condo. I try as much as possible to only buy what I need, and then I don't have a bunch of food waste happening, because that drives me nuts. I don't like that. It feels bad. So I need lunch for today. Dinner will be leftovers tonight. I need dinner for tomorrow and Wednesday, as well as breakfast for tomorrow and Wednesday. Lunch for tomorrow and Wednesday we will have out, so that's handled. And then breakfast on Thursday, I think we'll just get something at the airport. That way we don't have to make dishes Thursday morning, because I just want to streamline Thursday morning as much as possible so I don't have to wake up too early. Y'all, look at the cute little koala that the cleaners drew for us the last time they came in. They must have seen all of our photos of us holding koalas. Okay, so what do we got? We have some leftover pasta sauce. That will be for dinner tonight. Some Dijon mustard, salsa. We got a little bit of peri-peri mayonnaise. That's some Parmesan cheese in that container there. That's my yogurt. I use that for a snack before I do my training, so I'll definitely use that up. Got some little bit of hollandaise sauce left here, not too much. And then we've got some eggs. This is some leftover rice. And in the veggie drawer, got some lettuce and a fruit fly. Okay. The tropics. I got a little bit of milk, which is for my tea and coffee. I'll use up as much of that as I can before I go. A little bit of balsamic dressing, and that's just water. Then we've got some cider vinegar, some rice, that stuff's uncooked, a couple English muffins, some miso, some granola bars, but these can come with us. Those are easy to bring. Some shallots, some Japanese candy that can also come with, and I've got some pasta noodles here, some spaghetti, but I'm going to use these for dinner tonight. I also have a tiny bit of olive oil spray left. This is actually perfect. I think this is going to run us right until the end. A little bit of butter left and some green onions. These have sprouted so incredibly well here in Queensland. I guess they also like the sunshine and the warmth. So, based on what I've got, I think what I will do is I'll make myself a little sandwich for lunch today that will use up one of the English muffins, one of the eggs, and some hollandaise. I have that little teeny tiny bit of hollandaise left, and it's pretty good, so I'd like to use it. Dinner tonight is the leftover pasta, so that handles the sauce and the noodles. Dinner tomorrow, that's Tuesday and Wednesday night, I'm going to do like a taco bowl. That'll use up leftover rice, the lettuce, the salsa. I think I could throw some of the peri peri mayo on there too. Coles here in Australia sells these little breaded, I guess they're like fish sticks essentially, but they're much better. They're not frozen and they come out really nice. So I'm gonna use those and make like a little fish taco bowl. Breakfast will be those leftover English muffins, a little bit of butter, and the eggs. That'll use up all of my eggs, all of my muffins, all of the butter, I think. So that's good. Thursday morning, we're not gonna eat here because I don't wanna make dishes and I feel like that's just gonna be too chaotic. So we'll probably just grab some breakfast at the airport. Worst case scenario, we eat a couple of those leftover granola bars. Next thing I'm gonna work on is checking our toiletries. So when I'm assessing where I'm at with my toiletries, my goal is, is to use up as much of the full size containers as possible, either just run them out and then buy a travel size one, or condense them into refillable bottles if possible. I need to check now because if I need to buy more refillable bottles, I only have a couple. I can do that tomorrow when I go out. So I need to know today if that is a thing that needs to happen or not. I'm pretty sure it is. Being nomadic, anytime we travel, we have pretty much everything that we own with us. So we try to keep that to as minimal as possible, especially when we're going to be flying and there's, weight restrictions on your luggage and you just don't want to have to bring that much stuff. You want everything to fit in the suitcase, first of all. And then, you want to make sure you're not going over weight limits on your suitcases. For our upcoming flight, we do have the maximum amount of luggage that you're able to bring. We paid for the upgraded package because we're like, we have a lot. We are flying to Tokyo and I know everyone's like, don't bring that much luggage to Tokyo, just bring what you need because we're only going to be there for 10 days, but then we're going back to Canada. So we have everything that we left Canada with in October and it needs to go back. Okay, so this is almost empty. So that I am going to buy a travel size of. This is just shaving cream for my legs. These aren't large, but I think I could put them into smaller containers. I'm gonna try. These are ours. These three are not ours. These came with the condo. Actually, I really like this soap. It smells really, really good. I might try and take some with me. We'll see. This is my conditioner, which is already condensed into a small bottle. I use Oribe hair products. They're German. They're lovely. They smell really good. I think I can definitely put this shampoo into a smaller bottle. So I will need to get one for that at least. And then maybe to steal some of this. We already have a travel size of the contact lens solution from the last time we moved. We don't use a lot of this. I almost never wear contacts. Matt wears them sometimes though. These are his. I am definitely buying some more Australian sunscreen before we leave. I can't find sunscreen in Canada that does UVA and UVB protection. And I am very, very fair. So I feel that is really important for me. This we just bought, but it's nice and compact. So no big deal. This is almost empty. But I don't think I'm gonna get a new one before I leave. I'll wait till I get back to Canada. This is almost empty and I'm actually not going to purchase a travel size because we're flying business on Jetstar and they give you a little, they call it a chill kit or something like that. And it comes with a small thing of toothpaste. So we'll get two little ones to use. And if I need to buy more while I'm in Tokyo, that's not a problem. This is pretty new, nice and compact. I'm not gonna try and mess with the packaging on it. This is also a refillable package, so I like that about it. I like that I can just buy new inserts for it. Same with this one over here. This is still good. I definitely don't need to buy more of that. I can hold off on that till we get back to Canada. This is almost empty. I need to get some more of that. I don't even know if I have enough for tonight, but I'm not going out until tomorrow. Now, we are flying to Tokyo. And this is something to be aware of. Deodorant is not widely available in Japan because they don't stink when they sweat. So I certainly do. This isn't mine, by the way. This is my partner's. I don't wear Old Spice. But just stuff like that is important to look into before you get there and realize, oh no, I can't buy the thing I need. So if there's a very specific product that you need or a specific brand, you might need to bring it with you. Just do your research, make sure you know ahead of time. He has enough of his deodorant. I need to buy some of mine, but I think I'm going to buy the travel size because it's quite large. Okay, so this is Matt's hair product, which I believe he still has enough of. I should check that though and make sure we don't need to buy more, because he did buy this here in Australia and he really likes it. Probably not available in Canada, sadly. So many things are hard to find in Canada. That's glasses cleaner, still got plenty of that. We're good there. A couple of hair ties. This is another Australian sunscreen. This one is specifically for using in the water. It is excellent. I have not gotten a single sunburn since I started using Australian sunscreen, which is incredible. And there have been times where I've gone to the beach and there has been little to no shade. And I mean, I use a sunscreen, I still use like a cover up and a hat and everything like that, but this stuff's incredible. Like they take sunscreen very, very seriously here in Australia, like very seriously. And I appreciate that as a very pale person. This is my giant deodorant. I'm not gonna bring this to Japan with me. It's almost empty. I'm gonna get a little travel size one. This is also a very large thing of dry shampoo. However, there's still plenty in there, so I'm gonna keep that. This is aloe vera in a nice small container. However, like I said, I haven't needed it because the sun protection in Australia is absolutely outstanding. This is my heat protection spray. It's also Oribe, but the label wore off, so however, I am gonna see if I can find a refillable spray bottle that's a nice small size like this, because I dropped this when we were in Melbourne and it cracked, and I noticed that when we got to Brisbane, this had leaked quite a bit, well, during the flight, and that's not even a super long flight. So I'm gonna see if I can do something about that. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to like package it up in a Ziploc bag or something like that, which is not my preference, but if I have to, I will. This one's not too big and it's still pretty full. I've had this for almost a year now, but you just really don't use much of it. This is just scalp like conditioner. So if you live somewhere really humid, which I usually do, or you work out a lot and you get sweaty, this just helps keep the oil down in your hair. And this is my leave-in conditioner. I think it's hard to tell. These Oribe bottles are nice and thick, so you can't really tell how much is left in there. I think it's about half full, but I don't know that I necessarily need to condense that into a smaller bottle. So I think that's probably fine. I think I can leave it as is. Oh, and I almost forgot, this is body cream. I may have to moisturize my legs every day, otherwise I have absolutely no grip when I do pole dance, which is very frustrating, but I still have plenty of this. This could be condensed, however, that would be difficult, I think. I'd have to scoop it all out. If it's in a squeeze bottle and I can condense it, I'll do it, but something like this is probably not a good candidate for that, so I'll just bring it as is. The last thing I need to try and assess, I'm gonna try, is if I need to buy more packing cubes or not. I found some at the Daiso, Japan's dollar store, if you're not familiar. They have a location here in Brisbane, and they had some packing cubes and they were pink and they were really reasonably priced, so I thought, hey, why not? I'd been looking at packing cubes for quite a long time. I was in the Herschel store in Vancouver over the summer and I looked at theirs and I was like, seems good, but quite expensive, and I don't know if I'm gonna like using it. So I thought, you know what, why don't I try these ones out? And if I'm like, hey, these are pretty good, but they're not super good quality, then I could look into the, the fancier ones. So there's a lot of clothes that I'm not gonna wear before I go. Like, I just haven't worn pants since I've been here in Brisbane. It's far too warm, even though this is their fall. It's it's a crisp 26 degrees out right now, I think, plus humidity. So I can pack a lot of stuff and then I can see where I'm at. And if I've already filled all of my packing cubes just with my pre-packed clothes, then I know I need to get more. And I just wanted to take care of that today because tomorrow is the day I'm going out and would have an opportunity to purchase them. I could go on Wednesday, but I'd really like to keep Wednesday as simple as possible and not need to run out and buy things last minute. So tomorrow I want to try and buy my toiletries that I need before I go, as well as potentially some more packing cubes. Other than that, we're not buying anything because we're not bringing stuff with us. yeah, so let's go see where we're at with that. I'm gonna start pulling some stuff out and see how we go, as the Australians say. See how we go. So, turns out I only bought 2 packing cubes, and yeah, something tells me that's not gonna be enough. I bought these a couple weeks ago. Maybe my thought process was I would try them out and see if I like them or not, so let's do that now. All right, so we're gonna start here and see if we can fit these items into these 2 packing cubes. Let's try. Check this out. I've pretty much got this all in this one, and I think I can definitely fit some more, and I think I need to zip this up a little bit and then start stuffing things in this way, but I'm impressed so far, y'all. I'm impressed. Packing is also a good time to find any items that you don't wear at all and don't necessarily need, and potentially look into donating them before you go. I like this top. In theory, it's cute. It's the right color. It goes with a pair of shorts as well as a pair of leggings that I have. I just don't love it on me though. I find that the band bunches up, it's uncomfortable. I have to wear another bra underneath because it doesn't have any padding, and for me, exercising without enough support is just a bad plan. So I'm thinking I might not bring this with me. Might put this, I'll find whatever Australia's version is of Goodwill, or in Canada, you can donate to like the Diabetes Association or Value Village, or there's a bunch of different things. So I'm sure Australia has something like that. So check this out. I was able to fit actually everything just into this one larger packing cube, and I haven't even started to use the smaller one. And I'm gonna do a little experiment here. I'm gonna shake this around. And then this is my suitcase trick. You turn it on its side, let gravity do some work for you, and then yeah, look at all this extra room. I could fit like another pair of pants in there probably. Something squishy for sure. So I'm very impressed. I will definitely be purchasing more of these. All right, here we go. I think that's the last item I'll be able to fit in there. Let's see if we can zip it up. Nice. Bet I could even fit like one more squishy thing in there, but I'll leave that for now. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty great. I can definitely see how this makes packing easier, and I probably should have been using these long before, but it even has this little handle here. That's handy. Good old Daiso. I got us all set up with Japan immigration. I just have these QR codes we need to scan once we get to the airport, and that should be it. We shouldn't need to put in any more information. I am going to ship my bags from the airport to the hotel. I did some more research on it, and I was like, you know what? It's really not that expensive. It's very convenient, and I'm not gonna have to drag a large suitcase with a busted wheel around Shinjuku, which I'd really rather not do. It's not far from the station to our hotel, but if they can just send it right to the hotel, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? So we're gonna go with that route. Unless something goes terribly wrong and like I arrive and the taku bean counter is closed, or something like that, but I don't think so. It looks like it should be open. It says they're open until the last flight, which looks like is our flight coming back to Brisbane from Tokyo. And that was at like 9 o'clock or something, so we should have plenty of time. I also booked our seats on the train, the Narita Express that goes from the airport and will take us to Shinjuku, and then it's just a short walk from the Shinjuku station to our hotel. And since we won't have any luggage to drag with us, it should be not so bad. I am accounting some time for probably getting lost. I have to find the right exit out of Shinjuku, that's gonna be the big one, but I can read the kanji for the exits, so we should be okay. Being this prepared and having this much organized ahead of time just really helps me feel at peace, excited instead of stressed, because excitement and stress are very closely related emotions, right? So it's normal when you're going somewhere, and I mean, Japan's not totally unfamiliar to me, but I haven't been back there in 20 years. So it's gonna be a little bit different. And I do speak Japanese, but not 100% fluently. So there are gonna be situations I run into where I'm not able to communicate as well as I'd like to. However, because I have my eSIM on my phone, I can use my Translate app, and that'll help me out. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm actually getting really excited. We're meeting up with one of our friends from Vancouver. She's Japanese. She lived in Vancouver for a while. So gosh, we've known each other for like, I think I did the math, and I think it was like 15 years. But we haven't seen her in a few years because she moved back to Japan. So I'm really excited to meet up with her. And I'm just really excited to see Japan again. It was absolutely beautiful the first time I went. I had a great time. The food is amazing, obviously. And Tokyo is a really cool city, and I didn't get to spend that much time in Tokyo when I went 20 years ago, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. There's a little bit of nervousness, but mostly excitement. So all I need to do now is pack up and clean up on Wednesday. I'm really excited actually to pack using the full set of packing cubes. I'm gonna go buy a couple more tomorrow from the Daiso, and I'll keep you posted. I'll film it. I'll let y'all know how it goes. I'm hyped though. The first one, I just put it in the suitcase just to see how it fit this afternoon, and I was like, oh my. I was like, I could stack them this way, I could stack them this way. It's a whole new world of possibilities, and I am very excited about it. So I'm gonna end the video there for today. Hopefully this was helpful for you if you're either thinking about living a nomadic lifestyle, or you're already out there and you're struggling and you're looking for some tips. This is just how I like to approach moving on from one location and going to the next. I like to be very organized about it. I'm very high stress, I'm very high anxiety, and it just calms all the little voices down if I've got as much as I can prepared ahead of time. So I recommend approaching it that way if you're finding things stressful. I love living nomadically. This is so much more fun than owning a house. That lifestyle was really not for me. I tried it for many years, and it just didn't take. So, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm always happy to chat about living a nomadic lifestyle. If you need tips, anything like that, just hit me up.